Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. So in this video, we will explain about our group assignment project, which is we need to create a
Study case.
so the study case that we choose for our assignment project is clinic management system. It's actually USAS clinic management system. It is USAS clinic. So before we go to further explanation about our project, I will introduce our group member, which is the two of us. So my name is Nurul Atika Fasiha binti Muhammad Hanif.
And my name is Nabiha binti Jamil.
So let's start our explanation about this project. So first, our aim for this project. So before I explain about our aim for in this study, I will explain a little bit about our study case that we choose, which is USAS Clinic Management System. So, USAS Clinic is a multi-specialty clinic that includes a number of rooms, doctors, appointment, payment, and receipt. Patients having different kinds of ailments come to the clinic and get check-up done from the concerned doctors. So the goal or the aim for this study is to design and develop database for the clinic to maintain records of various rooms, appointments, and doctors in the hospital. It also maintains record fees charged to patients as well as receipt issued by the clinic. So next is description. So description is a further explanation about this
Study case.
this study case that we choose, which is user clinic human system. So in this clinic, there are several doctors who are on duty to perform health checks and treat patients who come to the clinic. After making a note in the card, they go to the concerned doctor room, and the doctor will examine the illness. According to the disease, the doctor will give specific treatment and give medicine according to their disease based on based on the treatment and medication received by the patient. They will be charged, receive they will be charged and receive a receipt upon completion of payment. If the patient needs further treatment, the doctor will inform the patient and make a follow-up appointment with the patient. So next, I will explain about table description, which is each of the table that we put on our database system for this study. So first is doctors. So doctors. So in this table, store information about all the doctor working for the clinic and the room which has been set. Each doctor is given an identity number. So this means is each doctor have one specific room that has been set on the system, and each doctor also have is given an identity number to identify their information. Uh, so the constraint is identity number is unique for each doctor and the corresponding department should exist in the room table. So number two is room. In this table consists of detail about the various rooms in the clinic. The information stored in this table includes room number, room status, which is doctor is available or not, and type of room in this clinic. So the constraint is room number should be unique and room type can be G or T and status can only be Y or N. So in this table means it. So in this clinic we have a various of room which is G or T. G means general. General means the doctor's room. Uh, so the patient will come to the doctor room if they want to have a checkup for the first time. And T means treatment. So G is for the doctor room, and T is for the treatment room. And status can only be Y or N, means yes or no. Yes or no means if that doctor is available on that room, the status will be yes. And if the doctor is not available on the room, it's, the status will be no. In this room also have a room number to identify the room lah. So third table in our database system is patient. In this table store the detail about the patient information such as patient name, phone number, gender, and address. Its constraint patient ID should begin with prefix PT. Gender should be M or F only. In this table means patient table means it contains information all information about the patient that come to Usas clinic, and the patient ID is different for each patient, which begin with prefix PT mean in um, the patient ID we'll put PT, which means patient, the short form for patient. PT, like for example, like PT underscore 001. So the patient with PT underscore 001 is the specific patient, so we don't need like their name, so we will use their ID to know about the patient information and everything about them lah.
It avoid from the issue that have
Mm.
so the patient ID help it to avoid the complex situation happen.
Yes. Gender should be M or F only, which is male or female. So next is appointment. Appointment table records appointments is record in this table are made when any doctor make a follow-up appointment with their patient. When the patient arrive on the day of the appointment, an appointment ID is generated that act as primary key. Other details such as appointment reason, patient ID, doctor ID, number, and date are also stored. Constraint, appointment ID should be unique. So this means appointment will only happen when doctor choose to make further treatment for the patient. So when the appointment is made, system will give appointment ID. Appointment ID means will be different for each doctor and patient. So when we use appointment ID to apa, to know about patient name, what the doctor who wants to treat the patient, and the date, uh, and the detail about the doctor, and also the patient, and also the reason why the doctor choose to make appointment with the patient. For the next table description, I will pass to Nabiha, my partner.
This table we store the detail about the receipt number, receipt status, and the patient name who made the payment. And in this table, it's we choose receipt number as a unique key and to prevent the exchange of receipt from occurring with other patients. So we can avoid from the other patient get the same receipt or the patient that they don't receive. The sixth table is payment. In this table, we consist of detail about payment made by patient. It includes payment ID, payment method, payment amount, and payment date made by the patient. In this table, we choose payment ID must be unique because action. Okay. So the next is our ERD diagram. First, I will explain about some table that we put in our database, and I will explain more about the attribute that we put in and the relationship. Okay, first table, I will explain about doctor table. In this table, we put four attributes, which is doctor ID, doctor number, doctor name, and doctor specialist. And we put three connection with the doctor, which is doctor is scheduled appointment. Second, doctor treat patient. And third, doctor has room. First, I will explain about the appointment. For the table appointment, we put six attribute, which is appointment ID, appointment date, appointment doctor, ID, appointment reason, appointment patient ID, and appointment number. And in this table, we put appointment ID as our primary key, and for the doctor table, we put doctor ID as our primary key. In this relationship, the doctor, each doctor can have many appointments, and each doctor also can have no appointment at all. Okay, the next relationship is the doctor between the patient, which is doctor treat patient. And then I will explain more about the patient table. We put four attributes in patient table, which is patient ID as our primary key, patient name, patient number, and patient address. We put it as patient data to have the clinic have information about the patient. So the relationship is one doctor can treat one patient, and one doctor also can treat many patients at the same time. Next is doctor can have a relationship with room, which is doctor has a room. And for the room table, we put three attributes, which is room number as our primary key, room status, and room type. So, for the relationship between doctor and room, the doctor can have, each doctor can have one room, which is their general room, and the one doctor, each doctor also can have many rooms, which is their general room and their treatment room, because the doctor can go to the treatment room to treat the patient.
Treatment room can be used for any doctor that work on that clinic.
The next is the connection between patient and payment. Patient does a payment after their treatment, and I will explain about the payment table. It have four attributes, which is payment ID, payment method, payment amount, and payment date. Okay, in this relationship, the patient can have a lot of payment, and the patient also can have no payment at all, because in our system, research clinic provide no payment for the student who come to the clinic for checkup only, or when the student don't need medicine. And then the next table is a receipt, and this table have a relationship between appointment and payment. And I will explain about the relationship between appointment and the receipt first. Uh, Appointment
Generate.
generate receipt after the patient get their treatment, and then The attribute that we put in our receipt table is receipt number as our primary key, patient name, and receipt status. In this case, one appointment can have one receipt, and one receipt also can have appointment. Before I move to the last one, I will explain the relationship between appointment and the patient. For the relationship between appointment and the patient, each patient can have a lot of payment, and one patient also can have one appointment. And the last relationship that we put in our database is receipt and the payment, which is one receipt can have a lot of payment, and one receipt also can have no payment at all. Like what I said before, uh, if there's a student that comes to the clinic for the checkup only, or they they don't want to have a medicine, so the clinic will not charge anything to the student. The next slide is the relational database schema for our case study. The first table is doctor and doctor ID for as our primary key in doctor table, and other attribute is doctor name, doctor specialist, and doctor number. For the second table is patient table, and we choose patient ID for our primary key in patient table, and for the other attribute is patient name, patient number, and patient address. The third table is room, and then room number as our primary key in room table. The next attribute is room status and room type. And then the another table is appointment table. Appointment ID is our primary key in appointment table, and then appointment date, appointment reason, appointment number, appointment doctor ID, appointment patient ID. The the next table is payment table, and then we put payment ID for the primary key in payment table, and then payment method, payment amount, also payment date. The last table in our database is receipt table, and then we input receipt number for our primary key in receipt table, and another attribute is receipt status, and we put foreign key, which is patient ID from the patient table, and the foreign key help the patient when make a payment after they receive the treatment. And that's all from us. Thank you.
Before we end our explanation about our case study for this group assignment project, um, both of us want to apologize for the bad lighting in the beginning because actually we do
In the
this
blackout situation,
and when we do this video, it's actually
blackout,
it's actually blacked out here. But
we just use our phone flash
on flash
for our
lighting,
yes.
this so you can see both of us. And just now, Alhamdulillah, the lighting was on.
So
The blackout.
suddenly,
So suddenly when we done our video, then suddenly it's okay. So that's all from us. Thank you. Bye bye.